Hey, everybody, and welcome to AJS News. We got a lot of stuff to cover this week, but first,
our word from our sponsors, which this week is us, because
we're
our
awesome.
managed channel network is dropping us out of the blue. No email, no contact, nothing. Just an email saying your contract with Maker Studio / Disney Digital Network is being terminated. So within, I think, something like a few weeks, we're losing our managed channel network. I don't know how it's going to affect our revenue, whether we're going to take a dump or whether. I honestly think they were probably not really doing anything for us, so I wouldn't freak out too much. But it is a scary transition.
Yes.
Going solo, got to set things up, and just out of the blue like that, but it's for the best. Like, I literally have not heard from them in years. And so they're basically doing nothing for us but taking a percentage of our revenue. So whether they were serving better ads or whatever, I don't know. But they were also taking a percentage. So it's just a scary time for us. First time this has happened in, ever. So definitely subscribe to the channel, show your support, subscribe, like the video, buy some of our merch down below, support the show. Like I said, I think we'll be fine because, I have friends that have gone solo and that are emailing me about it. So I think it'll be for the best, but just want to let you know that we are no longer with Managed Channel Network. We're no longer with Disney Digital Network. Well, in like a week or two. And 2020 will be a bright, brand new thing, completely independent of everybody, scary, and I'm more of a creative guy. I don't really do the business side of things, so it's a little scary for me to jump on that side. But all right, cool. Thank you guys so much for continuing to watch our show and sticking with us, and can't wait for the future together. So subscribe, like, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get to the news.
All right, the first thing we got this week is we are going to dogpile again on everybody's favorite Google Stadia.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Look at what showed up. This, not thanks to the one that we've purchased, which, I canceled that after a while, to be perfectly honest. But this one comes from Luis.
Yes.
One of our viewers. Thank you so much.
Man.
And we will get to reviewing this ASAP. Thinking I can put some time in it tonight, tomorrow, and maybe by the end of the week or, next week at the latest, we can tell you what you already know, that this shit is crap. We'll see. It might surprise us. I do live in Austin with 1 gigabit internet, so that's probably going to be one of those small, tiny sections of a city that will be all right.
Lagless Farming Simulator 19. I cannot wait.
But it doesn't matter if it's lagless. Well, it's going to have some latency, but maybe not as bad as we've seen in those videos. I don't know. I'm curious. But even if so, I have to rebuy a bunch of damn games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this
Not
week,
only do I rebuy them, but they're more expensive than anywhere.
Than on PC, for sure. So THQ Nordic and Airship Syndicate launched Darksiders Genesis on Google Stadia this week. Now, it's launched, but they're giving Google the console prices, which is always more expensive than the PC prices, and people are really upset. It's like, why would you buy it on Google Stadia for $40 when you could, if you had pre-ordered it on Steam, it was $25.
Yeah.
And if you get it now, it's $30.
So and it's worth it. Me and Alex have been played it for that price. It's worth it. They sent us the Nephilim. I can never say that. Nephilim edition. I've been struggling with that the entire franchise. But yeah, you could see here us unboxing it and showing it's pretty cool. But that's pretty screwed up that Stadia's like, yeah, $10 more here.
Well, so that's one of the things that I think a lot of people have wrong. So Google has always said that the pricing on their platform. So in June, Google has been telling us that the publisher set prices for games on its streaming service would be competitive. So this is something
competitive.
That it is competitive.
Well, it's not competitive, and I don't give a shit the reason, because if it's $30 on Steam, the competitive price, Alex, would be $30 on Stadia, yes?
No, because like
No.
I think Steam is an inappropriate comparison to talk about what is competitive for Stadia. So when Darksiders is going to launch on PlayStation and Xbox, it's going to be $40 because the way that the console
console version price
always costs more, because what happens is like Microsoft and Sony will sell you a PlayStation.
Not really. I don't know if you've noticed, but console games have been $60. PC games have been $60. When they come out, they're usually the same price, Alex.
Yeah, but well, when you do see a discrepancy, the console games are typically on the higher edge. So
I agree to that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the consoles cost more.
Yeah.
Because they got to factor in all the fees
the
from
cost,
Sony and
the cost
Xbox
of the console too.
Microsoft.
Like those are their loss leader products.
Very expensive console.
Well, so you have to realize that.
Well, I disagree. Yeah, exactly. I disagree. I think that it's crap that they won't be charging $10 more. But you're saying it's not Stadia's fault. You're saying it's the publishers.
The publisher. They set
up
the price, and
Okay.
so Google itself. There is no console that is with you, but there is there's a server somewhere really far away that someone had to pay for, and so that's why they're getting the console price. And again, it's crap. It just means it's another of the reasons why I will never support Google Stadia. You will probably not support Google Stadia, but
I'll support Google Stadia to be the best service ever.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Google.
Hashtag
Sponsored by-
shillionaire.
Shillion. I am a
More you know.
shillionaire. No, they'd have to pay me like $1 million, and then I retire, and I'd be like, "This is the best thing ever."
I love Google Stadia.
He's lying. Look at his other videos.
So
Joe, we haven't even reviewed it yet. That's not fair. Maybe it's good.
Well,
So
we got it now.
Polygon did reach out to THQ to ask about like why are you charging them more, and THQ just says we don't comment on their price policy. It's just not something that we do. But it's just another it's not Google's fault, but it's just another reason to not support this kind of platform.
Right. It's another negative on there. They said they'd have competitive pricing. It's ending up not true, at least for certain titles. Whether that's Google's fault, whether that's THQ's fault, I still put it on. It may be on THQ, but I also put it on Google because they're the ones that should be negotiating. Look, we made this promise to our consumers that our prices are going to be competitive. You can't turn back on that now. What if we do this? What if we do that together? And I'm sure if they negotiated with THQ, they could have come up with something. Instead, they were like, oh, you want to charge $10 more? Okay.
You realize I'm Google, right? Like I know every single thing about you. You gotta give me that.
Should have threatened them.
Yeah. But yeah, so regardless of whose fault it is, it's just another reason to not support Stadia. So we'll see if it's any good. The next bit of news is actually kind of exciting. Is that Cloud Studio or Cloud Chamber is a new studio under 2K that is going to be taking over the Bioshock franchise. Now, Bioshock 1, I absolutely love that game. Bioshock Infinite, absolutely love that game. Bioshock 2 was pretty good too. But so that just means that we're going to eventually, after several years, get a new Bioshock game.
Yeah, we played Bioshock Infinite. So it's already in development, right?
There was one in development actually a couple years ago, and it's being taken away from the existing studio. And so this new one, Cloud Chamber,
restarting?
is kind of restarting it and is going to drive it. Now, one thing that's important to note is the person. So, what is his name? Ken, right? Is not the original creator of
Levine.
He's not involved with this one. He was involved with both Bioshock 1 and Bioshock Infinite, ones that are regarded as the ones that are the best of the best. He wasn't involved with 2, which some people didn't like. I still enjoyed it. I just don't think it was as good as the first one.
We knew that this franchise went dormant, and we knew it would be back eventually. Well, guess what? They've been working on a title for 2 years now. However, one studio has just been created.
Yes.
And, well, who knows the exact story? I mean, this is all conjecture and rumor because obviously these studios aren't putting out all that in public. But they might be reusing some of the same assets and just changing up some creative ideas. It's not going to be by the original producer and creator of the Bioshock. But I'm ready for it to come back. I'm interested. Just wondering what it'll be. Just like Mass Effect. I hope Mass Effect eventually makes a return. But Bioshock has been dormant, and now we're gonna see it eventually. I don't know when.
They said
maybe
several years.
Several years, maybe. When the new consoles come out, they'll tease it, and then another year after that, 2021 or something like that. We'll see.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
We got the conclusion of, I think, just the first Riot game class action lawsuit. So we talked a little bit about this, humping of employees, farting in their mouths.
Farting in their faces.
Now, where was I? Oh, yeah.
God, get away from me! God,
Peter's Farts are coming to get you. Peter's Farts are coming.
I still can't believe somebody did that. Like,
There was
that is ridiculous.
managers rating the attractiveness of the female employees and passing lists around very publicly in the office.
Yeah,
Like, just-
but Joe,
like,
30 years
so
ago,
high
that shit was normal,
Yeah.
bro.
It's not even high school. That's like idiot. Like you
I
have to
know,
be,
I know.
yeah, like you have to be
Yeah.
an absolute idiot to do that. So $10 million is what they're being ordered to pay, and there's a lot of people that they're going to have to pay out. So there's 1,000 female employees that are eligible for doing that. So if the longer you've been at the company, the more you'll get. Contractors will get less. Salary employees will get more. So
Wait, it's just the females that are getting paid?
all the people that were
Didn't
members.
the guy that got farted in the face
That
wasn't
was
in a dude?
guy, right? Yeah.
if he was
What does he get?
if he was accepted as a member of the class for the class action
Gets a
lawsuit,
Okay.
mint. Here's a mint.
yeah.
All the females plus that one dude who got farted in the face.
Or people that were humped. There was a lot
Okay.
of. There was people at the office that were just getting their balls grabbed for no reason, just like. And this is a C-level
But
executive.
nobody fucking grabs my balls. I don't know if I believe that.
This is a safe workplace.
Yes,
guys.
wouldn't
Look,
that be
keep
an
your hands to
automatic
yourself.
fist punch from
a
you?
automatic fist.
Yeah, an automatic
Yeah,
punch
that's what
to
you're
the
doing.
throat. What the fuck? I don't believe that.
Well, see, we at the Angry Joe Show, we have a safe work environment.
Yeah,
okay?
no
so we
ball
don't
play.
do that.
No
around
fisting
here.
and no ball play.
No. Wait, you know what?
What?
No.
Okay. So,
What are y'all doing behind? I don't know what y'all are doing.
so $10 million.
Every once in a while, I'll spank them on the butts. There's a good job. But see, that's football. That's allowed in football, and that's the only reason. It's
It's
not
not
because I want to
showers.
touch a buttock. No. Do people still do that in the NFL? Do they still
Yeah.
Shower together?
Wait,
No, pat their ass.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, so
No ass pats here.
So a lot of legal experts say that Riot got off really, really easy here because $10 million for a 1,000-person class lawsuit. They're a huge, huge company. They got one of the largest video games online, and
They'll be all right.
they're gonna be fine. This is just something.
And
that
it is a pretty big fine. It's amazing to me. Like some companies will like fuck people over with their money and fuck people over their pensions and all this other stuff, and then they'll get fined like a tiny amount, infinitesimal amount.
Yes.
Compared to this seems like a very large fine for this type of stuff. But what it does is it incentivizes them to change their culture and to
they didn't fire the guy.
I was about to
sure.
ask. That
They still haven't. So that guy
So he's
was
still
Is he
working
worth
there?
$10 million?
he was suspended with
Jesus.
pay. So he got paid after farting in
got a
people's
paid
mouth and
vacation.
humping employees and doing all these other things. So that person is still there.
Wow.
Who knows why? The Sony had a video that they put out. It was a PS4 lineup promotional video that was plagiarized, and there was some really cool information in there, and there was a lot of cool animations that I really enjoyed. And one of the reasons that I kind of enjoyed it is it was like other great
not
pieces.
his.
It was other great pieces of art just kind of smashed together, and hopefully we've got some side by side showing
got it.
it's just like. It's blatant.
Sony
Absolutely.
ripped it off.
Like,
Sony themselves did.
seriously,
So
you
Sony hired.
themselves did not.
No, they hired an artist, Kevin Bao, and so this person went out.
You
and
done
just-
fucked up, Kevin.
and it's not. It's not like
What
maybe.
kind of idiot in the 2019
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say,
would
in
be
this
like,
day and
well,
age,
no anime, nobody
basically do
watches
the same
anime. Gamers don't watch anime. They won't recognize this. I'm going to use a shortcut in one of the biggest companies that gamers.
This is amazing.
So stupid.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
so
that
Sony.
obviously embarrasses Sony, and they're like,
Oh, absolutely. Well, someone at Sony had to watch the video, and it was kind of.
yeah, but they're now you're talking about suits and things like
Yeah,
that.
they won't know.
They're not
Oh, that
like,
looks
oh,
good."
wow, this guy's really talented.
There needs to be
There's a reason
turnitin.com for
it.
YouTube videos. So Sony said they had no knowledge that the work produced by Kevin Bao was plagiarized. We have ceased with immediate effect any representation of his work, and I have contacted Kevin for a response, but probably not getting it.
Oh,
he's
gone.
He's deleted all of his internet, everything. You can't find him anywhere, and so
He's in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Took the money and ran.
Yeah, exactly. Death Stranding had a bunch of reviews on Metacritic, right?
I heard about this. A bunch of deleted.
Yes.
Reviews?
And so
What happened?
the way that the internet works, Joe, let me explain to you how the
Okay,
internet
okay.
works.
Oh.
I know you're unfamiliar with how this thing
Yeah.
works.
I
When
Please tell
people
me this.
really like something or really don't like something, and they see something's, let's say, a 7 out of 10, but they think it's an 8.
Yeah.
They don't give it an 8 to try to just slightly nudge up the score. They immediately give it a 10.
Oh,
and then make a new
10,
account
and
and make
then
another 10. And
right.
then another 10. And if you
then
think
some people do
the zeros. And so what they did on Metacritic was 6,400 negative Death Stranding user ratings overnight took the overall score from a 5.1 to a 7.4.
Wow,
It's a lot.
I don't see that often, where scores are being completely changed.
Yeah.
The last time I heard about it was like with the Star Wars stuff and Rotten Tomatoes, like
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to prevent, trolls, even though those trolls had legitimate criticisms.
Yes.
It's difficult when you get
no
into
way to balance that. They're just
Yeah, you can't tell the difference between somebody doing a spam account and somebody be like, no, fuck this film, I didn't like it. It ruined Star Wars. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. We actually got to do, guys, we got to do a Star Wars video where we review every single Star Wars. Since this is the last one, you know how we did, what was it, like the DC movies?
Yes.
We'll have to do that for Star Wars.
Got it.
Just letting y'all know. But yeah, no, that's seems. Why Death Stranding though?
Well, because they feel that the people who are really passionate about Death Stranding on both sides, you don't see a lot of people that are like, oh, I kind of liked it. It's like, I love this game. It's changed video
Or
games
I
forever.
fucking hate it.
Or
It's a piece of shit.
This is Chore Simulator with a monster advertisement inside of
Look,
it.
I get it.
I understand.
I'm my own
John
grandpa.
didn't like it,
It's
and
like,
I
it wasn't
kind of
for
liked
me.
it.
Yeah.
And
But I'm not gonna go give it a 0.
right. Well, I'm gonna give it a 10, Joe. If you give it a 0,
I'm gonna give it, that game
I
hurt
got
my
it back.
back. I had to carry him and wear him as a strap-on.
Wait.
cancel you
This is
out,
true.
Joe. No.
But so it's there's a lot of arguments going on, and rational, like for once, arguments where people are saying yes, there was a lot of troll zeros, but there's still
Yeah.
on the other side the troll tens as well,
Exactly.
where people that are just going, they're not reviewing anything, they're just going 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and so this is just an interesting kind of censorship thing
Yeah.
that they're talking about,
Yeah.
slippery slopes, and like how do you actually judge?
This is
How do you do it? You can't. You check. You monitor IP addresses, and if you find a bunch of IP, now we might be on the surface level saying, "Oh, Metacritic shouldn't do that." But if we knew the details, maybe Metacritic does have the details. Like, look at this IP address, 20 reviews from a single IP address. We removed that review.
Yeah.
If you want to cry about it. Cry about it,
Yeah.
but in our
But all
instance,
except
you're
just
abusing our system,
negatives, right?
and that's the way it should be. Now, I don't know the exact details, but I just wish that there was, like at least Steam kind of has at least, how many hours
You have to have
been
played the game,
You have
yeah.
to play the game, and it shows how many hours that you've played, and if a guy's played it an hour, and you're like, whatever, man, I didn't play it.
Yeah.
You could sort by reviews, but you can't really do that on a site like Metacritic. And what do you do for movies? People can't give you their ticket stuff. Nobody's
Yeah.
going to do that. So you just have to leave user scores alone the way it is, unless there is IP spam like that or something like that. Then when those scores are removed, then that's the way it is.
6,400 is a lot, though. So there was 6,400.
Well, that's
only
what I
negative
would
ones
think.
on
If they're spamming, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be the spike and fluctuation of reviews that are a little unnatural.
Yeah.
And so that makes it more likely. That, to me, doesn't make it more likely those are real. It makes it more likely that those were fake.
Yeah, we have to assume that that's Metacritic is what they were doing. They were checking IPs, but they've given us no information whatsoever. We just see,
I don't think they would come to Death Stranding's defense.
Yeah.
At least it seems like they would have motivation to come to some other thing's defense first. But okay.
All right, the next one we got is Xbox was rumored to have two different versions. Almost a year ago, they announced that there was potentially two different Xboxes, one with a disk drive and one without a disk drive. One that's a little bit more powerful, and then one that's pared down a little bit that was going to be slightly cheaper. And we got a little bit of a confirmation this week that Lockhart is the code name of the pared down version should be released. Now, much to the dismay
To go along with Scarlet.
Yes, to go along with Scarlet. So I think that if you are a GameStop or similar, disc selling organization, you're gonna have to figure out a way, maybe just do codes or something. But this is they're trying to move away from the discs, and they're trying to give people the option that's like, look, Scarlet's an incredible piece of technology, right? And some of the games you're gonna be playing probably aren't gonna use all of it. So if you want a cheaper option, that's where you may go.
Huh.
So.
I don't know how I feel about that. It works for Nintendo, right? You get the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Now you're going to get a pared down version of, the
Lite.
consoles, and they've done that as well for some of their previous handheld systems. And then, of course, we got the PS4 Pro and the PS4, original. I just didn't realize that there was a market. For me, it's like I just want Just build one thing and let me buy one
We're
thing.
old school. That's why.
I guess.
Well, no.
We
I
all.
had to buy an expansion pack for my Nintendo 64
No, that's
to
true.
play Perfect Dark.
I had
to
Sega
save
CD.
money.
The little
I had Sega
memory
CD and
pack
plugged in
thing.
that unit on top of that unit, and then put in
Yeah.
your X32X on top of that shit. So, no, this has been around for a while.
It's been
I don't know
around
what
a
the
little
hell
bit, yeah.
I'm talking about.
I bought mine at Blockbuster Video, and then like a week later, when I got taken to Target, I saw that it was cheaper there, and I was mad because Blockbuster
is
ripped
over
me
for-
off.
Yeah.
Joe, I want you to put a video of the longboard CD, Sega CD with the Genesis, and then
Yeah, you plug the thing in the
All the
thing.
components.
32X.
Yeah, you're assembling.
Good luck
So
Fine.
Voltron.
Finding that.
GameStop is not going to be selling those things. Like, no,
Yeah,
get these out of my store. We are not selling these. It's gonna
the
be a
ones
death of
that are
us.
discless.
Yes.
Only discs here.
Yeah. We don't like your can around
Now,
here.
then what happens when all the consoles go that way, and then they're like, oh shit.
they'll just have to sell codes, empty boxes with.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess
Well,
it'll
they
be.
have
Here's
merch.
your
They have
piece of
merch.
paper,
Yeah.
sir.
It's maybe they could do it as fortune cookies, so you just have to crack it open. There's a little code inside.
Nice.
See what game you get.
Yeah, the last piece of information that we got is something that it's interesting to mention, but we've talked a lot about Blizzard and their fear of China, but now Valve is being accused of doing the same thing. There are two different game companies that try to release games on Steam. And one of the games you play as a protester in Hong Kong, you have to avoid rubber bullets and tear gas, and the other one it's a little bit more dystopian and farther ahead. But they've been stuck in kind of review hell on Steam. Now, Steam normally takes about 3 to 5 days to approve a game, but just based on their nature, they've been going months without getting anything back for them. So there's a little bit of a user backlash, and they're trying to drum up support and just say, like, look, what are you doing? Are you worried about China? Is
That's what
what's
it sounds
happening
like.
here? Yeah.
Okay.
So what Steam has said is the game's content is controversial and potentially illegal. So that is kind
Illegal?
of yeah. So I don't think that anything in the game. I mean, we haven't played the games. We have no idea. But it just seems kind of strange that
Yeah.
Steam is Steam taking like a political stance and saying, look, we don't even want this. We want this to kind of blow over. Like hopefully in a couple months the Hong Kong protests end. Maybe. Probably not.
I have no idea.
Probably not. And then
No.
they'll just wait till then. But so they've kind of
It's going to be in a review mode for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've kind of taken a side by not taking a side, and they just refuse to approve these
But
games.
it's still going to hurt them not taking a side. It's like, well, we don't want to deal with this. Like, you're not helping your case at all
Yeah.
right now. Come on.
So we'll have to see. But I normally Valve just says that they'll approve absolutely anything as long as you're not trying to troll. But maybe the games.
They do. They
Well,
do
now I
approve
want
anything.
this game. It's like
They do even
illegal.
approve troll.
If it says
Yeah, there's-
illegal, I want it.
Anybody remember that game Hatred, where you were murdering just innocent people and civilians and stuff? You don't remember that?
I don't. I'm going to have to look it up.
Oh, that was a controversy, and then people were mad that Steam were listing that one. And I guess I think eventually they removed it. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's a lot of just
My
bad,
memory's so bad.
bad things in troll games on Steam that it seems weird.
Just
that-
shit, just shovelware crap. Yeah, odd.
Terrible,
Carry on.
terrible
We shall
stuff.
see.
But all right, well, that's all the news that we've got for this week. But like we said, check out some merch, like and subscribe, and
Support the show. Show your support for the show. Appreciate it. And like I said, we'll be moving forward into 2020. Should be interesting. But we ain't done. We ain't done with December. I am very excited because by this time next week, we will have seen Rise of the Skywalker, and I will finally be able to
Cats.
formulate my opinion. God damn it, Joe. Do we have to watch Cats?
I am going to drink heavily. But I'm interested.
We'll watch Cats.
Cats is going to be.
Oh,
Bring you
man.
2 reviews.
Yeah.
All
There
right,
you go.
guys. 2 big blockbusters at the end of the year. I'm looking forward to them. All right. See you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.
Bye, guys.